5 seconds to go. Start. The crony capitalism and corruption are the black swans that can hold India's growth, and add to this is the moribund institutions and a regulatory body that seems to only act when told to do so. A week before the address, now famous Hindenburg report appeared, which has wiped out billions of dollars of national wealth. What is the harm if a JPC is constituted? At least you can show to the world that everything is transparent here, and in case the opposition is saying something wrong, we will also get embarrassed if the JPC clears everything what a particular industrialist has done. The PM talked of minimum government, maximum governance. However, the recent developments are proving that we have maximum number of regulators but minimum regulation. Now I come to education. Impressive numbers on educational institutions were provided with one medical college opening its doors each month in the last 8 to 9 years, leading to 174 new medical colleges, 300 universities, and 5,000 new colleges. Are trained and qualified faculty members for such places of higher learning available. In fact, the medical colleges set up 9 years ago must also have produced two batches of doctors by now. Quality control is essential. Quality alone is not sufficient to meet the needs of an aspirational nation unless higher standards all around are set up and enforced. Brand India will keep getting dented periodically. The case in point is how our image on pharmacy to the world being dented by repeated reports of Indian manufactured drugs causing harm to patients in Africa and in Central Asia, and now even in the USA. The Honorable President rightly mentioned the Nari Shakti and Yuva Shakti and the government's slogan of Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao. The recent incidents have shown that our women are not safe in workplaces, on streets, and even in some homes. The international level women athletes have to sit on streets for justice. May I suggest that the slogan should include the third element Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and Justice Dilao. But the statistics of women participation in our workforce is distressingly low at 19%. Similarly, youth Shakti without quality education and adequate skills and commensurate jobs will be a demographic disaster. Your time is over. Half a minute. Attempts to topple various state governments, even through governors. Let us talk about the most important issue of this time, the mega scam of Adani and his company. What are we demanding? The whole world is witnessing the session. What is happening in this country and what our genuine demand is? Our demand is to constitute a JPC. Everyone who knows the ABC of politics would understand that the JPC would be a body where there would be more of ruling party members. The gravity of the situation is such that they are fearful of even a JPC where the ruling coalition would have a majority. This is the most important aspect. We all know that this Adani group has been enjoying political patronage from the center and its leadership. The theory of one nation, one culture, one leader has collapsed and it has all ended into one businessman. And now, whether they set up a JPC or not, they may not be in the mood to announce the JPC. What is going to happen is this would mark a tectonic shift in Indian politics. This company has been exposed. I do not wish to get into details, but this company has got exposed, and the people of this country know very well about the political nexus and patronage enjoyed by Adani and company. Madam, I now come to the question of women empowerment. We have been talking about giving at least 33% reservation to women. Madam Vice Chairman, I would like to remind you that this is the birth centenary of one of our legendary parliamentarians, Geeta Mukherjee. She was instrumental in bringing women reservation as a major agenda into our political scenario. Is this government committed to giving 33% reservation to women? Without proper representation of women in various bodies like the parliament and assemblies, what is the meaning of the so-called Amrit Kal? Hence, I would like to make this request to all political parties and of course political parties with a male chauvinistic mindset to reconsider their position and take active part in making it a reality. Madam Vice Chairman, I now come to the Labour Code. There are 29 labour laws. I do not wish to go into the details of all those laws. The Indian working class had an active role in India's independence movement, and our friends from the ruling party never participated in it. Leaders like Lala Lajpat Rai and many others formed the AITUC in the year 1920, and they had a tremendous role to play as I stated. And now what is happening? 97% of the workforce is employed in the unorganized sector. Only 3% of them get some benefits. This labor code is a serious threat to the security and safety of the working class in this country. As for unemployment, it is on the rise. Whatever you may try to suggest or portray, the reality is that unemployment is on a rise and now it is the highest in the last 40 years. The presidential address was shockingly silent on the question of inequality. Madam Vice Chairman, you may be aware of the fact that 10% of the total population is controlling 77% of the national wealth and 49% of the total wealth is being controlled by just 1% of the population. How can a presidential address to the joint session of Parliament be so shockingly silent on these issues? Talking about agriculture, MSP was a genuine demand raised by the farmers' movement. The Sanyukt Kisan Morcha had a tremendous year-long mass movement in this country which shattered all the hopes of Modi ji and his government. Finally, what happened was that there were certain agreements, certain commitments, but this government failed to meet the commitments given to the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha. Now again, the farmers of the country are planning to launch a massive movement because they feel cheated. You did not provide MSP to the farmers. There are demands to withdraw the cases registered against farmers, but even that is not happening. Stop.